Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques here on Thunder Radio. And we got the Antique crew sitting across from me here. And
good morning.
Morning, guys. How you
Morning.
doing?
How you doing?
We're good.
Yeah, on this foggy day.
Hey.
It is now. It's foggy.
I don't know. Somebody said there was patches of fog, but the whole time I drove to town, I didn't see no patches.
Oh, yeah. You know, I agree with you. This morning, you should have been here. Looked out here this morning. I could hardly see the station from my house.
Well, I walked,
Yeah.
early in the morning, so at 5:30 from my house, you couldn't see nothing.
Yeah,
You could barely see the porch light. Is that
wasn't
somebody
open.
wanting to swap and shop?
probably. Should I answer
They're
it?
calling, they're
Oh,
calling
yeah.
for us.
Try
That's
it
all.
and just see.
Let's see who we got here. Let's see. Push that button. Push. You're on Let's Talk Antiques. Can we help you?
Yes, I'm a swapping shop where that man wanted somebody to do some housework in his home. I wrote it down wrong, sir.
Well, you read them back to me, right? Did you
I
dial?
wrote it down.
Did you dial 931?
931.
Well, of course, that's the area code. You have to dial 931.
Okay, what's the rest of it, sir?
It's neat.
Hey,
We'll have to get you.
we'll have to get back with you. We got another show going on right
Yeah,
now.
we can't take you right now.
Well, is it 954-5542?
Yeah, just dial 931 in front of both of those numbers, and it'll go through.
Oh, thank you, sir. Sorry.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, I mean,
Well,
so-
he'd have to look through all that to find it.
yeah, I mean,
Well, I know where they are, but
Okay.
she read them back to me correctly. when,
yeah, she just needed to dial the 931.
Yeah, no, you got to dial an area code today. Almost 90% of us do.
I don't.
Well, you still have a landline, and you're calling a landline.
No. I use a.
Oh, you got it programmed in at somehow.
I've ran into that before.
Yeah, me too.
And just kind of surprised me when it is.
Yeah.
My question is, what happens when you dial 0?
The police come and get you and take you away.
Well,
You
I'll
don't
tell
get
you
a
what.
real operator.
So what happens?
I don't
Nothing.
Know. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Well,
What
do
happens
it.
when you
Let's
dial
see
0?
what happens.
Yeah.
No, that's what I haven't
Do
done
it,
it
Howard.
because I don't want to bug somebody.
No.
Look, no, we're going to do it. Just,
Let's see.
I mean, we're already off track. What's another minute?
Yeah, what's
to-
another minute?
So,
Hold
I guess our listeners want to know what happens if you dial
Yeah.
0.
Hold it up to the microphone.
And our
so everybody
watchers,
can hear.
right? And our
Okay,
watchers.
there you go.
So Howard's dialing 0.
I pushed 0. Oh,
And?
wait a minute. Okay.
Hang up and dial 911.
Whoops.
For directory assistance, hang up and dial 411.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected. For
Hang
no
up
longer
and dial
service.
011, the country code, and the local phone number.
So I got some kind of operator.
Hang up and
So you
dial
got an
811.
automated thing telling
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
You
so
didn't get a
telling you
person.
to do
so
stuff.
do
But
you
it-
know what happens when you dial 0 now?
I don't know what happens when you dial 0 on the landline though. If you
I used to get the
bell south,
operator.
just say
Used
0.
to. I don't know about
Okay,
nowadays.
Howard, can we dial 0 on the landline? We're going to spend our whole show doing
You get-
operator stuff.
I don't know.
You get voice recognition software.
Now what
An AI program.
what do you have for your?
All right, here we go.
Hi.
We got nothing.
What do you have for your service here?
You have to dial 9
I think
to
it's
get
Ben
out.
Is it
Loman.
Ben Loman
I
for
think it's
phone
Ben
here?
Loman.
Okay.
Well,
Which is a good service.
now,
Yeah.
now that when I dialed, that was consumer cellular. So Verizon may be different. But
Yeah,
I-
that's what I was gonna say. It's probably different for
Well,
everybody.
what do you got?
Net 10.
What do you got, Ronnie?
Verizon.
Well, hit 0 and let's solve the problem here.
Here we go.
Hold it up to the mic so people can hear when you. Hey, Howard, no
Yep.
dead air.
Oh, that's right, dead air.
Okay. So
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, here we go.
Well, put it on speaker.
You got it on speaker, Ronnie?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have just on speaker, but it's not doing nothing.
Okay.
You don't want to do just a 0.
it won't let you dial 0.
Okay, well,
What?
try your phone.
Well, you have to push a 0, then
And
then push the call, make a call.
Yeah,
button.
I pushed that.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
All
let me
right,
clear this.
you heard what he said. Push the 0 and make a call.
For emergencies, hang up and dial
Same thing.
911.
Same thing as
Same
Howard.
For
message.
directory
Yeah.
assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Maybe
Let's,
somebody
If
gonna
that's swap
tell
and
us.
shop now, we can't do swap and shop.
That's
Okay.
them calling you back
it could
for
be.
dialing 0 and hanging up.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Yeah, is this WWSR or whatever? WMSR?
Yeah, well, you're on Let's Talk Antique program.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody keeps calling my number about wanting to clean my house.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. She called us saying she
Well,
couldn't
she's
get
well,
called
she
me.
called us too.
She
so-
called me. She asked for a phone number. I gave her the correct phone number because the guys called before. And apparently she didn't write it down or hasn't written it down right.
Well, evidently she did because he said she's
No,
calling.
that's not the
No, it's
right guy,
different
though.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Different. No.
Sorry.
Not the right guy because
Oh.
it happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Hey, by the way, do you need your house cleaned? Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's get started here. Tell
yeah.
everybody what we need to know, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do today.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
Philip, where's you?
Oh, I'm sorry, you threw me there. All right,
We
you're
hadn't
listening
given
to
him a
us
chance.
live on WMSR at 9 o'clock every Wednesday morning. You can catch us video replays on Charter Channel 193 or LightTube Channel 6. Also on YouTube and Facebook. And when you watch us on YouTube and Facebook, please like, share, comment. Let us know what you're doing.
What about that like and share? What's it do for us?
It bumps us up in the ratings so other people can find us easier.
Didn't you say we was already at the top when you do a search or something?
We were last time I checked. I haven't Googled lately.
there's always room to go higher.
Is there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it this time, Howard.
No. No more.
Well, now, we actually do have some people sometimes that call and want to talk, and
Yeah, when we're talking about something important or,
okay.
instead of just goofing
All right,
off.
so today's show, we've spent over 20 years talking about the value of stuff and how it's going up and stuff really, I mean, the collectible market's really got good, as far as the old signs and old cars and,
Right.
soda stuff. And so, the American Pickers had a lot to do with that. They got out there and pushed that kind of stuff.
Right.
And look what's happened. It's exploded. So we spent 20 years talking about all the prices. What we want to do today is we were going to spend an hour, now we're going to spend probably 45 minutes or something.
Maybe.
15.
Maybe. There is so many avenues on how to sell what you got.
Right.
And, from the number one thing here at our station is
Swap and shop.
Swap and shop. But
Yeah.
for collectibles, well,
no.
No,
You have
Yeah,
a
I get
gentleman.
collectibles too.
but I mean,
You have a gentleman that
yeah,
I've
we-
heard old cars on here. I've heard coins. I've heard signs.
right.
You can sell anything on
You can.
Swap and Shop.
And there's others in the area and all nationwide. There's a lot of trading posts and swap and shops and there used to be one around here somewhere called Higgle and Haggle. Is it still
Nah, I've
around?
never heard of that
I
one.
don't
Yeah, I
know.
haven't
Somewhere
heard
in
that
the
one
area.
I think you made that up.
I think I
That
did
just
too, but
went
I
over
heard
my
that.
head.
But no, but that is a good way. You got to get the word out if you've got something to sell. And but there's so many other ways that have become available.
Well, it looks like now Ronnie's got an agenda, but looks like Phillips. You've what do you got there, Philip? What do you
I
searching?
got a list of places where you can sell your stuff online.
All right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Now
And I'll
just-
tell you something else we're going to do. We're going to talk about, say if you decide to sell on eBay, we're going to kind of walk people through how to sell on
Right.
eBay. Or how about LSN, Local Sales Network? That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is
I
We're
just,
going to show you how to get
well? There's
on.
I just bought something off LSN.
There you go.
there's a new one that McCurry.
Macari.
Okay.
I've got that one pulled
Yeah,
up.
that's I've bought something off them.
Okay, I haven't
And-
messed with them yet. Yeah, I've been meaning to
But
check
the
them out.
the big thing, if you're selling, no matter where, are pictures, include pictures and a good description of your item. I have looked on like on eBay, and there's one blurry picture of the item.
You know what you do with
I
that?
just click and go
They
somewhere
just
else.
go straight past it.
And or they may have a good picture, but then there's no real follow-up description.
Yes.
Like the overall condition. Does such and such work? Does it include this and what's included in it? If there's not much information, you're kind of leery of it.
Oh, yeah,
Even
absolutely.
You know.
if they call you at Swap and Shop, they should use good descriptive language when describing their
Right,
items,
right,
if they want to get interested.
right.
Well, and I'll tell you something. Well, early 90s is when eBay really got cranked up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They took
Well,
something
95.
About 95. They took something that everybody used to
93,
say
I
was
think it
rare.
started.
You know, you used to there was all these guides.
Oh,
on,
yeah.
On the value of stuff, and they took something that was rare, and it turned out to be a common thing. You know, there was so many of them. How'd they do that? They connected the whole world.
Right, yeah.
You know, when you have those books, first of all, those books takes about a year or so to put together.
Right.
You're already a year behind in values.
You're behind the market to start with.
But I tell you what I do like about books is the pictures and stuff in it, and kind of give you a general idea. Say if they come out with a book in '95, it kind of gives you, and prior to '95 or whenever, just
Right.
pick '95. If you go back and look at that piece, whether it be a toy or anything, signs or whatever, you can kind of see where it went from '95 into 2020.
Right.
And I've said this before. Starting in the early '90s, gas pumps, restored, have doubled in their price
Oh,
every
yeah.
10 years.
They're doing really well.
Yeah.
Still.
Yes, they're really well.
So is signs.
Right.
Not just regular good signs, Howard. A lot of people's in the early entry level on this stuff, and they'll buy the cheaper sign just so they'll have one and they'll trade up.
Right,
So
yeah.
so the old rusty signs are really bringing a lot of money.
You know what got me
That
on
puts a
on
demand for
on
those.
on things
That
like
makes
that.
a demand for those.
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
add to
what
swap
got me
trade
on
with.
some of that stuff is all of a sudden, and I noticed it on cars, collectible cars. You know, they would they would get this old car and they would fix it and restore it to like new.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, I started seeing these cars that were old, but they still looked old and they were rusty, and now they had patina.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from? So these things that aren't exactly brand new looking, they're worth a lot. So a lot of people, when they collect signs, even though it has a couple chips where the porcelain's been chipped, they look at that as patina and they like that,
Well,
and it adds to the value now.
but
So-
here's the true fact about all signs, advertisement signs. Those signs were born to go to work.
oh yeah,
They were not born to put up in a building for 50 years.
no, and save.
No, they were. That's what they did.
Right,
They sold
right.
a product.
So just because you may have an item, we're talking about our listeners, you may have an item that is less than perfect. It still could be quite valuable.
Right.
So don't just say, "Oh, that it's got a couple chips or a scratch in it. It's
Or
no
rust.
good," or and throw it away, or just don't pay any attention to it. It may be worth a lot of money. You need to check it out. You need to do some research.
Well, the word they use at Barrett Jackson, Mr. Howard,
Uh-huh.
survivor.
Yeah, survivor.
Yeah.
I've heard that. That's coming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
when they say that word,
the value goes up.
you can count on that survivor bringing a lot of money.
Yeah, because there aren't many around.
Unrestored.
Yeah.
it's a
Survivor.
And a lot of times, if you have an item that a little beat up, and you say, "Well, if I just paint it, I'll make it nicer," that ruins it.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
may give you a good example of that, Howard. Have you ever collected coins?
Not. I can't hang on to them long enough.
Well, anyway, I've got a friend of mine. He collects coins.
Yeah.
And Ronnie's collecting, and I have in the past. But the worst thing, people are buying old coin that's got the patina on it, like you're talking about. Say it like a silver dollar. When they clean that silver dollar, they have killed the value of that. They've took that
right.
silver dollar from, say, $1,000 silver dollar down to a couple $100 silver
Right.
dollar.
By
Because-
shining it up, making
By
it look
sh-
pretty.
And they thought by using silver polish and cleaning it that they actually done something.
Yeah. Now, see, so if you have an item that you want to find out more, make sure you check things like that out.
When I worked in Nashville, I was working with Kenny Rogers for a while, and he brought his original stand-up bass in that he had played back in the day,
Uh-huh.
and his wife, for his birthday present, had taken it and had it refinished.
Oh no.
And just like he was like, man, she did it just because she loved me and wanted to do something nice, and she had no idea what kind of damage she was doing to this thing. And oddly enough, whoever did it did not warn her about it. But he left it out at our studio for like 2 years, and we had Kenny Rogers stand-up bass to use on sessions.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
He just couldn't stand to see it. It hurt him to
He
see
probably
it.
didn't care about it after that.
He did take it back, though. So,
Yeah. But you would think, your normal mind is if it's bright and shiny and pretty, it's worth more than if it's kind of scratched and
There you
dull.
go.
But not necessarily.
Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily.
I call the ones that want everything like that Nubians.
Yeah.
They're Nubians. Want everything looking new and
Yeah, shiny.
sharp.
Did
Yeah.
you make that word up, or is that a real word?
That's it's not a real word.
That's a
and-
Ronnieism.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's one I copied from something else.
Oh,
You know, if you say it enough, though, they'll probably put it in a
Oh yeah.
dictionary.
dictionary.
But yeah.
But it is kind of strange how things like that happen, and you would think it's opposite of what it really is. So if you have some items that you're wanting to sell, make sure you do a lot of research,
Yeah,
and
but-
do that research by looking at, using the computer. And I know a lot of people are afraid of the computer, but don't be afraid of the computer. Go to
Oh, it's your friend.
go to eBay and Mercari and Google has a selling app,
sure.
and I forget there's
I've got a
dozens
list.
of them.
Hey,
We're going
I'll
to go
tell you
through
what,
it.
let's-
Everybody has.
Howard,
Yeah,
let's go to break.
yeah, it's time for a break. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
All right, we're back here with Swap.
Yeah, we're back.
See what you did to me?
Almost.
Well, so
Hey,
so,
so
the,
let's talk antiques.
so the first outlet to sell besides the swapping shop, okay?
Right.
We're going to call a good friend of ours, Jimmy Jernigan, and we're going to tell him that we have, several items that we want, personal property stuff, and this personal property stuff is like old cars, signs, gas pumps, the type of stuff that they sold at the Lankford auction.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I guess what we're going to ask him is, how does he charge for it? How do you do the sale?
Yeah, how do you set it? Set the
If
whole
you
thing
can
up?
get him to answer the phone.
Yeah, if you answer. So far, he hasn't answered.
He hadn't answered?
He might be at work,
Well, he's supposed to be ready. No answer?
No answer.
All right.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Howard Clutter at WMSR.
All right.
Here, David Pennington.
We'll get
wants
back
to
with
talk
him
to you.
later then.
Well, just put him on the phone.
Thank you, got
Oh,
it.
is he?
Okay.
Oh, is he on there? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
Okay,
you
we're
guys
going
were
to
let-
put on the
let
air.
us-
Is that okay?
Bend his ear.
Hello? Hey, Jimmy? Okay, you're on. This is Howard Clutter at WMSR on the Let's Talk Antique program. And we want to pick your brains about some stuff. You ready? We're going to put you on the air. Okay, he's on the air.
Hey,
now.
Jimmy.
I don't hear him.
Well, if he's on air, I don't hear him talking.
All right,
Howard.
there we go.
Morning.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Hey, Jimmy. So
How are you guys doing?
we're doing good. Listen, we're doing a show on we've had this show for 20 years, and we've always discussed the prices and stuff. So today our show's about how to sell. So what we want to do is pick your brain.
Okay.
We as a community, a person, we want to sell something. We got a bunch of collectibles or personal property like gas pumps and signs and the high end type stuff. Say 500 pieces, Jimmy. So
Okay.
if I come to you and said I want to sell all this personal property, walk us through what would you do? I mean, first of all, how would you charge us? How would you move it, or would you have it on the property? Just kind of tell us how you handle that kind of deal.
Well, every one of them are different.
That's right.
You know, it's like we recently did the Langford auction, and that was, you know, everybody knew Dick. He had, 70 years of collections, and he had some real high-end collectible signs, and we couldn't do them at the house. And so we wound up renting Fraternal Order Police Building.
Right.
And taking it out there, of course, that's a seller cost, but I mean, I think it was well worth it. I think it was like $600 to rent the building, and they were very nice, you know, and assisted us quite a bit. But they give us, you got to have adequate parking, and then you got to have a caterer, and then you got to have somewhere, you know, like porta potties, you know, as long as people got food and, you know, comfortable, and, you know, the atmosphere. You got to create a really good atmosphere for bidders. And you got to have plenty of parking, because these guys will bring in trailers and
Oh, yeah. I thought of that.
everything. And so, I mean, every auction is different. We have done a lot of them on site. But,
Okay, so let's just stay in line right here just a second, Jimmy. So this auction, now you took you had your crew go to their house, and I guess your client decided what items they wanted to sell at the first auction,
yes.
or
And that
did you
one was
kind of guide them through it?
We kind of guided them through it, you know, and the way we advertised, we knew that we were going to have collectors from all over
Okay,
the
Jimmy,
United States.
let's stop right there just for a second. The way you advertised, so this was a big deal. So how did you advertise that auction? Let's go to that part, because that is part of selling
It's
your
marketing.
product. Yeah, you got to have the marketing. So how did you advertise?
You got to know who you're marketing to, and of course the dealers. And you know, you guys, the collectors are amazing, because I mean, we had people from Mississippi that had, you know, they have ways to communicate with each other. But one thing that we do that I guess a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't realize, but there's a website called Auction Zip.
Yeah.
I know about that.
We use that. We're familiar with that. We are, but the
You can
listeners
put your
might.
zip code in and tell what you're advertising, and you can do a range, you know, how as much as you want, really. But I mean, and you can advertise it to people with like-minded interest, and that goes everywhere. And then we got our own website, and then we advertise locally in the newspapers and the Homes Guides and the radio station there. I mean, we get the local people plus people all over the United States.
Yeah. I mean, you're right about one thing. I went to all those auctions, and every time I was at one of them, Jimmy, there was a lot of out-of-towners.
Oh yeah, and that's what's amazing. And another thing is, it sounds crazy, but Facebook. I mean, you create an event, and everybody's got friends, and they share it, and they share it, and they share it, and you know,
It's around.
and you know, and there's still a lot of people that pick up the newspapers. So I mean, you pretty well have to advertise there, but the majority of our people are coming online. You know.
Yeah. And I suppose over the years you built up a network of buyers and bidders, and you know about who buys what, and you contact a lot of people personally, don't you?
Oh yeah, we have a following. I mean, at any auction,
Yes.
just about any. I mean, you know, we did one for Bill Brown, and there was probably 400 people there, and it was 100 degrees. We had.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We postponed it and was going to do it at the end of September, where it would be cooler, and September 30th it was 99 degrees.
Yeah. You've been
So
doing.
that was a 3-day event there.
Oh
But
Lord, yeah.
you know, we had people from everywhere to that one, and you know, it's like my brother Dan. I think David, you and him know a lot of these people, same circles, and they talk, and you know, he tells his buddy in over in West Tennessee, and then everybody in the business lets everybody else know that there's going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jimmy. So just say I decide to sell now. Say I got a couple $100,000 worth of merchandise that that'll bring $200,000. How would you charge me for that? What kind of deal would we be making if you knew for sure that I had a couple $100,000 worth of items?
Is it a flat rate or a
flat?
percentage?
Yeah. How would you charge me?
One thing it's going to depend on is its cost.
Would you charge me 10%, or would you? What would be your advice to me? How would you do? Sell me, Jimmy.
To be honest, each case is different. It depends on how much labor that we're going to have to spend to get all this ready. I mean, are we going to have to rent a couple of box trucks and hire extra people? I mean, it's expensive to put an auction on.
Yeah, I know it is.
The days that we were doing the Lakeford auction, we probably had 12 to 15 workers there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's hard to say, but I mean, typically that one, I think we had a 10% buyer's premium on that, and then they paid the advertising.
Right.
And,
but not only did you have those 10 or 12 people there, or 15, how many days? I mean, when you actually went off site, you actually had to go to work and pack up a lot of stuff. So it took several days to do that.
Weeks. And, everybody looks at, that total probably close to 300,000, but, when you run that over 7 different auctions, I mean, we really didn't make a whole bunch of money, but we agreed to do it, and I told them, I said, we're going to follow this thing to the end if we don't make a nickel.
And a price and stuff, and figuring out what it's worth.
But the process is, so if somebody had a lot of personal property, it depends on it. It could be no buyer's premium if that's what the deal wanted to be, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All that's negotiable.
Oh, yeah. Because I've been to a lot of auctions that had no buyer's premium.
Well, we don't typically charge a buyer's premium.
Yeah, I know you don't. But, right. But sometimes it's all about the client, isn't it?
It is, and it's about the merchandise, too. Now, used to, like a lot of people, especially women, collected glassware, and they were going to leave their kids a fortune with this glassware.
That stuff's over with.
And it's gone to, unfortunately, all these people that collected glass,
that's what they got, Jimmy.
They liked it, but, that's the part about collecting. I mean, it kind of ages out of existence if you ain't careful.
Yeah, well, it's no different than cars, Jimmy. I remember when T models would bring $30,000. Now you can buy a good one for $5,000. So, I mean, it's a big difference.
And right now, I think this whole ordeal with antiques, it reminds us, when we were kids and nostalgia.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's the market that you're targeting. Right now, though, I can say this. We've been at the restaurant for 55 years, and we've had stuff at the restaurant the whole time. But here's what I have found. As long as people have a garage and work on cars, you'll always see gas pumps and signs and soda-related type stuff always has a value. I mean, anybody that has a little garage that, if they're going to put a gas pump out, sitting in there, or a sign, they all remember going to the gas station and getting a soda out of a machine. So there'll always be that type around as long as the car.
Oh, I agree.
I
agree entirely. There's always going to be collectors.
You just got to stay on top of it. That's the secret. And of course, that's how we do. We do this show every week, but not only that, all three of us are constantly doing research on what's selling and what's not.
These signs are amazing. I mean, these old signs that, you wouldn't think.
Well, investment companies even advise people to put some of their money in that kind of stuff now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the signs at the last few auctions that we've done, they've just gone through the roof. And,
yeah. All right, Jimmy, we're going to have to take a break. And just to let you know, you was our first one to tell us how to get rid of something. So listen, and we're going to tell you some other options.
All right, buddy.
Take care.
Thanks.
Y'all take care.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but that's some good information there.
Sure.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll let Philip tell us how to other options for selling.
There's all kinds of means.
There's hundreds of them, I guess. Really, if you
Howard, you ever heard of LSN?
No, I haven't.
right.
See, I'm going to learn something.
Yeah.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
All right. So now we've heard Jimmy's side of it which Jimmy does a good job and gets stuff done.
And the local radio side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the local radio side, and
Right.
and when I say Jimmy, I'm talking
Well, hopefully
Jimmy-
he'll advertise
Jimmy
that.
Coffee County Realty, Jimmy Jernigan.
Yeah, Coffee County.
Yeah. And he does a lot of advertisement here.
Oh
don't he,
yeah,
Wayne?
he's a
Okay,
good
so
customer.
now we got the radio side, the swap and shop, and we got Jimmy's side. So let's start now, and then we'll just Ronnie's got some stuff, but Philip's gonna
Well,
crank
let him
up.
go ahead with what he's
Yeah,
got there, and then I'll fill
yeah.
in.
I've got a list of some categories and some places to sell for those.
Okay.
For places that specialize in electronics, you have Swappa, Glide, and Gazelle, and they're not marketplaces as much as retailers, and they'll give you a quote on your smartphone, your laptop, or your tablet. They'll send you a box, and then you send it in.
Oh,
So basically, on those, you just you shop them and see which one gives you the best deal on it, kind of thing, and it's just a guaranteed deal. Etsy is a place where everybody who has somebody who does crafts sells their stuff on Etsy.
Or collectibles.
Or collectibles, yeah.
Or
So
antiques. I do Etsy a lot.
Etsy, yeah. So they specialize in homemade collectibles. Seems like the listing fee on there, you pay 20 cents to list an item, and then 5% fee on the sale price of the item, and then you have to use Etsy payments to process your payment, which charge an additional 3% plus 25 cents. So.
Unlike PayPal, they put the money right in your bank account. You know,
Right.
you don't have to move it.
Right, so you're going to have to move it with them. Next is Ruby Lane, which specializes in serious antique and vintage sellers. If you're just trying to clean out the closet, the setup and maintenance fees will probably prove too steep. First of all, you have to pay $100 to set up your store, and then you pay 19 cents per item you list, plus a monthly maintenance fee. You can have up to 80 items in your store for a monthly fee of $69. For each item over 80, you're charged a small fee.
So that's kind of like having a store up on the square, but it's actually on the internet.
It's like having a booth in an antique mall.
Yeah, or
It's like a virtual antique mall. kind
Yeah,
of
a
thing. It's
booth
like-
in the
Except,
antique mall.
On the other end of that coin, don't cost nothing to do that on eBay.
Yeah.
Sure. For another one that specializes in clothes, vintage, and crafts is Poshmark. It's an online sales and social network hybrid for men, women, and children's clothing. Fee structure is pretty simple. Any clothing item you sell for under $15, you'll be charged $2.95. Anything over $15, the fee is 20%. Poshmark charges your buyer $6.49 for shipping. So you just print out a prepaid shipping label, box up your clothing, and send it off. So the fee seems high to me, but I guess it depends on what you're buying.
Yeah.
too, you know. For local sales, they suggest Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and Letgo.
Yeah, let go.
Craigslist is, for those who don't know, is like a virtual Oh, like the want ads, you know.
Classified.
Classified ads.
Yeah,
there
like
you
the
go,
old
yeah.
classified used to be
Yeah.
in the newspaper.
Right. And
Now,
Facebook Marketplace is I've bought one thing off of it, and it's kind of sporadic though, and it's really similar to
How do you pay for it?
Craigslist. You can pay for it online, and Facebook will handle your money. You have to like set up a bank account or card with it.
or you can pay when they bring it to you
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
local.
You can just do cash with that. So
That's what we want to educate the people
'cause
about.
Your brother has bought several things.
Yeah.
He just had a meeting at the Jiffy Burger, and
Did
got
he, did he
items to
feed
pay
him a
for.
cheeseburger?
Now I doubt it. What do you think?
Knowing
Knowing
him,
Mark.
tight as he is, he
Yeah.
probably didn't. Go ahead.
and the other one's Let Go, which I've not used any. But
I've seen it advertised.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask y'all about that, and I was going to say for somebody like me, what is Let Go? Because
We'll have to look
I
up the
don't know.
details on that one later. I'm not sure on that. eBid is an eBay competitor out of the UK. The basic fee for eBid is 3% of the final price of your item, minus shipping costs. You can also upgrade your selling account and eliminate fees on the items you sell. Instead, you pay a reoccurring subscription price in anything from weekly to annually. That's not a bad idea. Bonanza sells a similar range of products to Amazon and eBay. It charges fees based on the sale price of your item, plus any amount of the shipping over $10. So if you sold an item for $20 and shipped it for $13, your fee would be based on a price of $23. Bonanza charges you 3.5% of the price. In our example, you'd pay 80 cents. Minimum fee of 50 cents per item on that one.
Okay, now you'd have to set an account up with this one, right?
Right, yeah.
And do you give them a debit card or something, or how does that work? When you sell that item with that company right there, how do you get your money? Tell the people.
It doesn't say. I've not used Bonanza before. I've not even.
And
It's ranked up
generally,
high.
how do you get your money when you sell on these online?
Generally, it's like a
PayPal.
It's a
PayPal.
well,
Or the equivalent to
it can be
Yeah.
PayPal or a debit card
now,
usually.
pretty soon eBay's they're getting away from PayPal altogether. They're going to managed payments.
Well, I thought eBay owned PayPal.
They sold PayPal. You remember, to begin with, eBay had what they called bid pay.
Yeah.
They competed against PayPal, and so they couldn't beat them, so they bought PayPal. Okay, so now they have sold PayPal, and they're going at it again,
With the bid pay.
with BidPay. This BidPay you'll be able to take like Google Pay, Apple Pay, of course PayPal, and all different forms of payments, and your processing fee will be a little bit cheaper than PayPal, and your per transaction fee a little bit cheaper than PayPal. Plus, they're going to have a global shipping service for the sellers.
Oh,
But
okay.
What happened?
not heard
Who
about
bought
that,
PayPal?
Ron.
I do not know.
I like PayPal because of the security.
Oh, I do too. I love PayPal.
They're
And
really secure, and they don't get your information doesn't get out there.
Yeah, and you don't have to do PayPal just on online auctions. You can actually set up a PayPal account. Can't you?
Yeah.
Well, I have one, and you can a lot of places, a lot of stores and stuff
That's
are
what I-
taking
that's
it.
what I
Yeah,
mean.
I've got a credit card reader that goes on my
Yeah,
cell
you-
phone, and I can take credit cards that goes right in my PayPal account.
yeah.
So who owns PayPal?
I don't see it.
Big secret then.
Huh. All right. No, it's not a simple thing to see.
All right.
But
All right,
you,
so-
you mentioned let go.
Yeah.
They say let go of your used stuff and find the best deals on our online marketplace.
Okay.
And Let Go makes selling a cinch with auto recognition tech that tags and titles your stuff. Start selling in about a minute. Simply take a photo and post it to create your listing. Buyers can shop locally by browsing nearby sites or sales. Great for those who don't want to drive or don't want to go far.
Okay, so how do you get your money, Howard, when you sell something
I don't
through them?
see. I'm just looking at the app. I
Yeah.
haven't downloaded it to get into
Okay.
the details.
So
but
we're gonna
I
have to-
think they have a similar system to eBay. In other words, PayPal or a credit card or something. That McCurry does that. McCurry or McCary.
Macari.
Macari. Okay. They take PayPal because I bought something off there.
Okay.
A lot of people take PayPal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next on the
Yeah,
list.
and like you say, most stores take it now.
Yeah.
Next on the list is eBay. For most items, you pay 10% of the final sale price on the item, which includes shipping costs but not taxes. They'll let you estimate your fees with a calculator. If you post more than 50 items
Hang on
in
just
a
a second,
month,
Philip. I think we got a
They're-
call.
We got a
30 cents per
call. Let's
listing.
see if
Okay.
it's for us. You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Yes, is this swap shop?
This is Let's Talk Antiques. Swap and Shop is on from 8 to 9 in the morning, beyond tomorrow morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Philip.
all right. So that's for the bidding thing, and if you want to buy it now, flat set price on it, it's a $3 fee to set a reserve price below $75, and the fee for anything above $75 is 4% of the reserve price. So their fees get confusing at times. To
Now,
me.
eBay actually has a store, too. You can set up a store, right, Ron?
Right.
Yes,
Right,
yeah. That's just like we was talking about a while ago. Except like with the others, it don't cost to put most items. And only if you sell it, you pay a final pay.
Right.
And plus your processing
On this
fees.
PayPal stuff, can you actually get a PayPal, like a card?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Credit card type?
Yeah, they had a card.
That I have. One.
I had it for
You
a
can
while,
use
but
it
I
with
didn't.
your PayPal account.
Yeah.
So if you went somewhere and they took PayPal, you just give them your credit card?
Yes.
Yeah, and it'll take it out of your debit things. That's
Or it'll
will?
take it out
Yeah,
of your PayPal
yeah,
account.
yeah.
Where you
If
sell
you,
on eBay.
If you say you sold a car on eBay and they paid you with PayPal, it would instantly be available on your card and with your debit account thing, and you wouldn't have to transfer it from your bank account. And they also give you like 3% cash back if you spend the money off the card instead of transferring it to your bank and getting the cash off. I've done that before.
Now there are local, and there's like Coffee County, Tennessee, buy, sell, and trade,
Oh yeah.
and there's a Tullahoma,
Yep.
buy, sell,
Oh,
and
yeah,
trade.
you see them on Facebook all
yeah,
the time.
on Facebook, you see them all the time, so you could
Howard,
list them.
you got to take a break.
I do. Oh,
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Well, go ahead and take it because we're going to use up that 30 seconds when we come back.
I bet we do. All right, we'll be right back.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
Just to reinforce.
We're back again.
Okay.
Aren't you glad?
Yes, as a matter of fact. It's kind of interesting, but keep going there.
Okay.
What do you got,
And
Phil?
the last one on my list is Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
So you can sell on Amazon.
Right, you can.
And for a fee of $40 a month, you can become a seller on Amazon. It's 99 cents per item fee from the individual plan if you sell it. So if you only if you sell more than 40 items a month does it come into use. So I mean, if you're a serious seller.
Yeah.
then-
Now, if let's just say if Dave was to liquidate his vast collection, if he was, he could set up that Amazon and sell through there and be exposed worldwide.
Yeah, Amazon.
You know, and the same with eBay. If you had an eBay store, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
I don't look for used things on Amazon though. I mean, or antiques.
Well,
Most
it-
people buy new stuff.
But did you ever
Yeah.
notice though when you go on Amazon? Let's say you're thinking about getting a cell phone, and so you click in Samsung such and such cell phone, and this particular one pops up that you're interested in. But did you ever notice they always have a little thing down there, 5 other sellers, new and used or something.
Right,
Then you
yeah.
could click on that, and a new one might cost you $100, but maybe you get a brand like new used one for 75. And so it does show up, but like you say, you think normally Amazon new stuff,
Yeah.
but they do have used items.
Well, so it tells me that
And
Amazon ought to work
refurbished.
on that a little bit if they want that part of the market.
Right.
And like you said, they got the little ad. They're gonna have to do more than just a little ad.
Just a
then.
little more. But they usually say they usually give a little tip about the pricing being less, and so a lot of people that are cheap like me, you say, "Oh, I could
Well,
save, I
I'm
could
there
save,
with
I
you,
could
Howard.
save, I could save $15 or $20 or so." I'll check it out to see what's there. Now I might not like the write up. I might say, "Ooh, that write up doesn't. It sounds like doesn't sound as good as I thought it was." And then I'll go back. But
What are you looking at?
I was looking up information on Macari.
Oh, okay.
Now, they have tons of refurbished electronics on Amazon.
Yeah, that's another
Like-
item.
Like their
Yeah.
Echo products and Alexas, you can buy those in refurbished.
Yeah, and a lot of the
Or
cell
just about
phones are
each-
refurbished.
Hey, during the break, Ronnie, I asked you something like on if you had a PayPal account, and I asked you how do you transfer your money that's in PayPal to your bank account? So go through that
Oh, okay.
process and tell people.
When you set up a PayPal account, and I was going to talk about it if we ever got around to selling
Yeah.
on eBay,
We're around
but
it.
but I think we're as close as we're going to get. But you have to put up your 3 things you got to have is a unique email address. Okay.
What's that mean? Unique?
One that's not the same as another one that you have, because you can have 2 PayPal accounts. You can have a business account and you can have a personal account.
Right.
And each one, excuse me, has got to have a different email address.
Right.
It's got to have a different bank account and different credit card. Like, say you have an individual and a business. Okay, so you would link an individual personal checking account to that one and a business checking account to
Okay,
the
but
other one.
how do you do that? How do
So-
if I
so-
first of all I want a PayPal account.
Yeah,
And
so-
then once I get it, I want to tell the people
So,
how
so,
do you.
so once you apply, they have to verify that account to prove that that is your account. And what they'll do is they'll make 3 small deposits. They might be a nickel, a dime, 6 cents, or whatever. They'll make those deposits into your bank account.
Your bank, like mine here.
They will put the money into your bank account. Okay, then you will go back and write the amounts of those deposits into your PayPal form where you're applying for your account.
Right.
That proves that that is your account.
Right.
Okay, and you'll have like your phone number, and they'll send you a text to prove that that is your phone. They verify that that is that, and once you're verified, you can transfer money from your PayPal account to your checking account.
How do you do that?
You'll log on to your PayPal account. You go to paypal.com. You'll put your email address in there and your password. You'll log in, and then you'll hit a link that says wallet. And when you get to the wallet, you'll put transfer. You can transfer money to. You can put it on debit cards. You can put it on credit cards accounts. You
Or
can
put it in your
put
bank.
it in your bank account. You pick which one that you want to move it to, and you put the amount that you want to transfer in there. And you have a couple of options. One option is free, takes a couple of days, doesn't cost anything. And then they have another option where they charge a small percentage, which doesn't add up to much, where it's an instant transfer. Do it right then. So either way you want to do it, I usually just
Now,
wait on it.
when you're filling out the form on the online to do the PayPal, do they ask you for your Social Security number?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What are some of the things they ask you, just off the top of your head?
Well, you got to have your name, of course, your address.
Your physical address?
Yes, you know your billing information, your shipping information.
Now, shipping and billing, what do you mean with that?
Well, you may want a bill. You may want your statement sent one place, or if you buy something, you may want to be billed one place and shipped somewhere else.
Right.
Well, whatever the name on your the address on your credit card will be your billing address.
Okay. That's another thing. You can they'll actually issue a credit card, right?
Oh, yeah,
PayPal
you
will?
can get PayPal cards, yeah, debit cards to debit off your account,
Mm-hmm.
or you can apply for a PayPal credit card. It's like any other credit card. But what most people would want is a debit card, where you can actually go to a physical location or anywhere,
Like
a
a bank
bank
or
or wherever, or a store that takes PayPal, and buy something off of your PayPal balance.
Yeah, well, you can just, it's a MasterCard. You can, it doesn't have to be somebody that takes
Yeah.
PayPal. It's just
That's what I mean.
anybody takes a credit card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I've got one in my pocket.
Do
But
do you have PayPal?
Oh, I have PayPal.
Do you have a
account.
debit card?
No.
Do
no.
you?
I did, but
I do.
we
Well-
weren't using it, and so I just let it expire. And
Have you ever sold anything on eBay?
oh,
Have-
lots of stuff.
Do you let it go into your PayPal account and just leave it there, or do you transfer it
It
out?
kind of depends on what I'm doing. If I have a project, like I'm working on one of my old cars, and I know I'm going to look for something, I'll leave it there. Then when I go to buy something, I'll just use the money I got in my account rather than out of my
Right.
bank account.
Right.
But if I sell something and I have nothing going on, so to speak, I'll just have them transfer, and it's real simple. PayPal, the whole PayPal process, applying and using it, is so simple, and their webpage walks you right through it. So it's very simple
It's really
to get.
intuitive.
Yeah, and it's easy. And once you get using it, and I've always trusted them, because
Oh, yeah.
I know that
I've had
none of my information is going to get out to somebody else. See, I could send possibly you buy something. You could send that person your credit card. Now, you don't know who you're really sending to.
Right.
But if you're dealing with through a PayPal account, they're a reputable one. They've applied and they've been approved. And if anything, they can't get back to you.
Yeah, if I'm buying something online and I'm not particularly sure of that
Yeah.
seller or that company, I'll use my PayPal account.
Oh, of course.
I know
It's so
PayPal's
it's safe.
secure.
See?
Oh, by the way, when eBay first started, I actually remember sending cash money to if I bought something,
Oh, yeah.
or a personal check.
I remember
Oh.
mailing checks.
Oh, really?
But a lot of them wouldn't take your check, but if they did take your check, it'd
You
be
had to
like a
wait 2
week or
weeks.
something.
Oh, you had to
like
wait
that.
till
Oh,
it
yeah.
cleared before they'd send it to
Actually,
you.
a lot of cash money got sent early in the 90s. People actually paid with cash.
I did not
And
send
you
any cash.
and that's probably why the PayPal thing come up, because
Yeah.
a lot of people probably got ripped off.
Hey, we're about out of time.
We were
Oh, hey.
taking we
Yeah.
were taking credit cards before anybody else was, though.
Right.
I remember they just call us and give us the numbers, and then
Right.
we'd run it through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're out of time.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Or are you just kidding?
No, we got about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I don't know when you're kidding or serious. When you're serious.
And Michael too come running in here and start playing music.
Yeah.
Ah.
I like him, don't you?
Yeah, he's pretty
I
good.
like his music too.
He got some pretty good music.
He's a rock and roller.
Are we done?
Yep.
I guess we're done
I
for
guess-
this week.
I guess we're done if we're out of time.
We'll be back next week with more Let's Talk Antiques.
We didn't make it
And,
past number 2 on the list.
Hey, and the sun's coming out. How about that? We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See.